Good evening, all. I hope you all are now familiar with the topics like daily regimen and seasonal regimen in Ayurveda, which was dealt in previous sessions. So today I'm going to deal with the topic, the concept of Rasayana, that is preventive medicine in Ayurveda. So let us start with the session. So, when we think of the word Rasayana, what are all the things come to your mind? So, these are some guesses. So, when a person hears the word Rasayana, these are the things which commonly come to their mind. So, do you think Rasayana is something which builds your body so that you will become like a bodybuilder? Or do you think Rasayana is to look young with what they are doing in spa? So some people think that Rasayana is something like which is a food item and which is sweet. And some people also think like Rasayana is something which helps to gain some strength and you can increase your physical strength. So these are all the questions which come to our mind when we hear about Rasayana. So let us know what exactly is Rasayana according to Ayurveda and how it is helpful in preventing the diseases. So these are the contents of my presentation. First, I'm going to deal with the definition of Rasayana, what is Rasayana, and its classifications based on its utility and types, and indications of Rasayana, in which diseases it is indicated, and who can take Rasayana. And then I'm also going to deal with the mode of action, how it is going to act. Then I will also deal with the preventive aspect, how it is going to help in preventing the diseases. And some of the Rasayana herbs also I am going to share along with their properties. And then why there is a need of Rasayana. And then the last few slides will include some of the Rasayana herbs and their indications. And lastly, we are going to deal with how Rasayanas act in respiratory system. So, what is Rasayana? So, the word Rasayana is composed of two words, that is Rasa and Ayana. Rasa is the best quality of rasa, the end product of digestion, and which is the first element, first tissue element of our body. Ayana is transformation or infusion. Thus, Rasayana is a therapy helps in providing best quality of dhatus, that is tissue elements in our body. So in Sushruta Samhita, text of Ayurveda, this is the definition of Rasayana. Rasayana Tantram Nama Vayaha Sthapanam Ayuhu Medha Balakaram Rogapaharana Samartham cha. Rasayana stands as an answer to solve the problem of healthy longevity, including mental development and resistance against diseases. And Acharya Sushruta defines Rasayana as a measure which prevents aging, provides longevity, develops positive health, and improves mental faculties, and provides resistance and immunity against diseases. This is one more definition of Rasayana. Rasayanam cha tat jneyam yat jara vyadhi nashanam. Jara is it prevents aging and it also prevents diseases by boosting up our immunity. So, Rasayana is one among the 8 branches of Ayurveda. That is Ashtanga of Ayurveda, we call. There are 8 branches, major branches of Ayurveda. So, this is one among those. It encompasses rejuvenative lifestyle, healthy dietetics, and use of rejuvenative herbomineral nutraceuticals. So this is the goal of Rasayana therapy according to Ayurveda. This is Dirghamayu, Smriti, Medham, Arogyam, Tarunam Vayaha, Prabhavarna, Swara Udaryam, Dehendriya Balapradam. Dirghamayu is improving your lifespan and improving your memory and learning abilities, cognition, and your complexion, and so on. So this is the goal of Rasayana therapy in Ayurveda classics. So coming to based on the management aspect, there is a type of rasayana called Naimitik rasayana, so which is used in the treatment of various systemic diseases. So rasayana can also be given to a debilitated person due to disease. After giving the proper treatment for the disease, rasayana is used. So that is called as Naimitik rasayana. And reducing the virulence of the disease and enhancing the recovery rate. If we take an example of current situation, COVID-19, so if rasayana is taken, it can prevent the disease, or even if the disease comes, the virulence of the organism, virulence of the virus can be reduced because of the rasayana, and it also enhances the recovery rate by producing antibody immunoglobulins in our body. Then treatment of geriatric disorders, which also comes under rasayana. So this is two major classifications of rasayana. One is kuti praveshika and another one is vata tapika. So kuti praveshika rasayana is very rarely used, but still there are some regions of India where they practice kuti praveshika rasayana even now. So I'm going to share a few slides on this. So for kuti praveshika rasayana, a cottage of 3 concentric courts is prepared, and a person is made to stay in it for prescribed period of time throughout the course of rasayana treatment. So these are a few examples of some people who have undergone this therapy. So this therapy needs much of willpower, and it will take lot of time, and which is not feasible for all of us. So I'm just to draw your attention towards this. I just wanted you to know like there is something called Kuti Praveshika Rasayana also. So this sage who has lived for 165 years after taking rasayana therapy, there is a book also. If you are interested, you can go through this. And social reformer Madan Mohan Malaviya, who has also undergone this rasayana therapy, and he also found many changes in his skin and his health after undergoing that therapy. And this is another person recently during in 2011 he had undergone the rasayana therapy. He has also shared his views. So now let us know what is vata tapika rasayana, which is the major type of rasayana which we are using now. So here the patient is administered rasayana drugs without indoor restrictions. That is, as the word says, vata and atapa. As we all are exposed to sunlight and wind, so during that time, if we are taking any rasayana treatment, so that is called as vata tapika rasayana. And before taking this rasayana, one course of biopurification, purification procedure is needed. So this is these are three types of vata tapika rasayanas, that is kamya rasayana, naimittika and ajasrika rasayana. Now let us go through this one after another. First is kamya rasayana. Kamya rasayana is taken with the desire of something, to achieve something. Kamya rasayana is taken. First one is pranakama. The person who is desirous to promote his physical health and vitality can take pranakama. These are some drugs I have taken as examples for pranakama rasayana. They are amla and haritaki, that terminalia chabula, and guduchi, that is amritaballi, and bala ashwagandha, and there are many other drugs. Then medha kama, which is specific to a person who is desirous to promote his mental health and intellect. So all these drugs have effect on our cognition. So that is medha kama. And another one is shri kama, for general health, to promote the luster and overall temperament. Shri kama rasayana is taken. So Naimitika Rasayana is also a type of Rasayana, which is a major type. The Rasayana used to promote the health of a particular tissue or system or to prevent any diseases is known as Naimitika Rasayana. Nimitta is there should be some reason to take the Rasayana, that is which is taken in a disease condition. So that is Naimitika Rasayana. These are some examples like amla and turmeric act as Naimitika Rasayana in diabetes. So in rheumatoid arthritis, there are some drugs including garlic and pipali and bhallataka, that is another drug. So there are many drugs which are specific to a particular system. So Ajasrika Rasayana, which is very simple, which we are using daily. Some of us are using daily ghee and milk. So they are to overcome the daily wear and tear phenomena. They are also called as Rasayanas. Rasayana can also be classified based on Ahara, Vihara and Aushadha. Ahara is food, Vihara is the day-to-day activities, Aushadha is medicine. In terms of ahara, rasayanas are ghee and milk, and food which has all the six tastes, which also act as rasayana. So Ayurveda gives much importance for food having all the six tastes. So they have each of them have their effect on our body. So this also act as rasayana. Vihara, in terms of body, so raising in Brahmi Muhurta, that is raising early in the morning and doing massage, abhyanga, and cleaning our body, taking bath and taking regular timely meals, timely sleep, meditation, daily exercise. So some of us are doing some of the things in this. So these also act as rasayana when it is practiced properly. So, Rasayana in terms of Vihara, it comes under two heading, Manasika and Vachika. So, Manasika is having control over some of the emotions like Bhaya, Shoka, that is fear and grief and thinking. All these things are our common emotions. So, when these are properly controlled and expressed only when they are needed, they also act as rasayana. They are conducive for our health. And doing meditation and peaceful spiritual thoughts, all these act as rasayana in terms of mind. Then speaking truth, avoiding unnecessary talks, polite words, all these also act as rasayana. Basically, they all will help in reducing the mental stress. Then who can use rasayana? Ideally, use of rasayana should be started before onset of old age, but one can start the practice of rasayana uh, at any age if it is required. So for maximum benefit of the same, the rasayana, biopurification of the body should be achieved. So selective rasayana can be used for selective benefits. Then people desirous of achieving of highest physical and mental health should also can be used, rasayana can be used. So this is the mode of action of rasayana according to Ayurveda. Let me explain this. When a rasayana drug or any medicine, rasayana dravya is taken, so it gets mixed with our agni, the digestive fire. Then it gets digested and metabolized. And then it gets absorbed to our rasa, that is the first tissue element of our body. So from there, it gets circulated through the srotases, that is microcirculation, and then it gets absorbed into various body tissues. So thereby, at the end, it improves the longevity and improves the immunity and mental competence. So this is the mode of action according to Ayurveda. So now let us know how this rasayana helps to prevent the diseases. This is the pathology, how the disease occurs according to Ayurveda. So let me explain this. When there are three doshas in our body, Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Some of you might have heard about this. So when there is some external cause or some disease causing agent, all these three doshas will get vitiated. So this deranged doshas will be moving through these channels all over the body. So where there is a weaker point, suppose if you think a person has weaker lungs, if his lungs is weak, so he is going to develop a disease related to lungs like bronchitis or asthma or something like that. So when a rasayana is taken, rasayana gets absorbed to the body tissue and it gets circulated throughout the body, and it maintains the tissue health. Along with the tissue health, the health of the channels of the body, that is srotas, the circulatory system, is also maintained. So when there is a healthy srotas, the accumulation of these morbid factors, that is the disease causing agent, will not take place in our body. So that is how rasayana acts as a preventive medicine. So moreover, rasayana drugs also act at the level of srotas by maintaining their patency. So there won't be any obstruction to the movement of any of the dhatus. Then rasayana drugs improve our agni. So it improves our digestion and metabolism. Thus, it prevents the diseases. So these are the action of rasayana drugs according to Ayurveda. Agni Dipana is improving the digestion and metabolism. Amapachana, removing the toxicity. Then Medhya, it improves the cognition, it improves the strength, and then it also maintains the health of bodily tissues, and it removes the obstruction in the channels of the body, and they also act as aphrodisiacs. So these are the properties properties of rasayana herbs according to modern science. So these are all proven by various researchers. So rasayana herbs act as subtle nutrition to the body. Then they are rich in antioxidant. Then they are also adaptogenic. Adaptogenic is one which helps in reducing the stress, and which helps in improving our mental competence, so that we will be confident even in the stressful situation. So that is adaptogenic property. Then nootropic, improving the cognition, and they also help in reducing the stress, and they act as immunomodulators, and they also have the property of anti-carcinogenic, is anti-cancerous, and hepatoprotective. They also help in protecting your liver. So this is a picture of action of rasayana drugs. So one is they are rich in antioxidants. So they have a free radical scavenging activity. So these free radicals are the causative factors for many of lifestyle disorders. So they decrease the oxidative stress. They also decrease the inflammation in the body. They also decrease the lipid peroxidation, and they also help in the reducing the DNA damage. And they improve the. They also have antioxidant enzymes in them, and they also have adaptogenic effect, and they also have the immunomodulatory effect. So they improve the immunity. So why there is a need of rasayana? Why we have to take? So internal factors like infections, and external factors like some of the toxins or hypoxia or some of the trauma to the body may cause the cell death. So it is a common phenomena. So when there is a cell death, there will be physical, metabolic, and psychological impairment to the body, causing various diseases. So, rasayana acts as a barrier between these disease causing agents and cell death. So, rasayana stands in between this. Rasayana prevents the cell death, thereby, it prolongs the healthy life. So these are the possible mechanism of action. These are all proven by the researchers. Rasayana dravyas, they nourish and maintain the cell life. That is nutraceutical action. So they encourages the growth of new cells. That is regenerative action, and they prevent recurrent infection, expelling the damaged cells. So that is immunomodulatory action. Then eliminates the toxic metabolites and pollutants, antioxidant action, as I have already told. then maintain the balance between mind and body, that is adaptogenic, and rasayana drugs act at the level of at subcellular level. So these are some of the drugs which are explained in Ayurveda according to your body constitution, according to Deha Prakriti, which drugs can be taken as Rasayana. So these are all Vata Prakriti person has to take Bala, Nagabala and Grita. That is Bala, Nagabala and all, some of the herbs. So Pitta Prakriti person has to take Amalaki, that is Amla, Shatavari, Asparagus racemosus, one more herb. So no, you need not worry on this. If you want to take some rasayana drugs, it should be taken with the proper prescription. Then kapha prakriti person can take bhallataka, that is another herb, and guggulu and pippali. So this is explained in Ayurveda classes based on prakriti, which rasayana dravyas can be taken. So these are some of the herbs which have direct action on immune system. These are proven by the researchers. Ashwagandha, Bala, Madhu Yashti, that is Yashti Madhu, and Guduchi, that is Amritaballi, Haridra, turmeric, and Amla, Amalaki is Amla, Lashuna, that is garlic. So these all have action on immune system. These are some of the herbs, pictures of some of the herbs. You can go through this. Amalaki, that is Indian gooseberry. Ashwagandha, this is Ashwagandha plant, which is told as a specific rasayana for nervous system.
Audio off.
And
audio off.
Am I audible?
Audio, please.
Then
yes, you are audible.
Which also has very good action in nervous system. Then Bala, this is also considered as a very good rasayana. So this Yashti Madhu, so this Indian licorice, this also has a very good action on immune system. So this is particularly indicated in respiratory related disorders, and this is a very good rasayana for respiratory system.
Hello.
So this is Tinospora cardifolia, the drug called Amrita.
Oh.
So this is turmeric, which we all are using.
Okay,
this is also called as very good rasayana. So these are some of the rasayanas which are available in market. So Pippali Rasayana, Dashamula Rasayana, Chavanaprasha Rasayana, and Agastya Haritaki Rasayana. Some of you might have heard about these things. So these are all should be taken only with proper prescription by a Ayurvedic physician, because each individual is different according to Ayurveda, because based on their nature of their body, based on their condition, rasayanas will be prescribed to them. So these rasayanas are particularly for respiratory system. So these are some of the advanced studies on rasayana herbs. So antioxidant property of Triphala, and how rasayana drugs are going to act on various systems of our body. So these are some of the articles. If you are interested, you can go through this. So I would like to conclude my session with this quote. Change is always inevitable, but it is in us to control its content and also its direction. So change is, our body will change day by day. So but it is in us to control its content, so we can prevent many of lifestyle disorders. So all these many of the disorders are because of varied habits. So if we change those things, we can lead a healthy way of life. So with this, I would like to conclude. Thank you for your patience listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kavya Shri, for this wonderful lucid talk. It was very informative. I would request anyone, if they have any question, they can either put it in the chat box or they can unmute themselves and ask here. I think no questions. Okay. So it was quite informative. Yeah, as you told that any age we can start.
Yeah.
Is there any particular season also when Rasayana should be started, like particular part of the year?
Basically, I think when your Agni, the digestive fire is more, it is better to start the Rasayana.
Okay.
So when you don't have, like maybe in the season, summer season, you won't be much hungry. Maybe your Agni will be hampered. The digestive fire won't be much. So if you have Rasayana, it may hamper your Agni. So, but if it is needed, if it is Naimitika Rasayana, like for some disease, if you are in the need of Rasayana, so you can better go for some biopurification so that your Agni will improve and you can take the Rasayana.
Any questions, please? Yeah, so one question, can Rasayana be used by all without prescription from an Ayurveda doctor?
No, it is not suggested. So it is like self-medication.
Yeah,
so
I
it
think you
is
told in the
Yeah.
talk also that
proper prescription should be taken because it can affect adversely also.
yeah,
Because,
that constitution needs to be
constitution
assessed and
needs to
what
be
time,
assessed.
dose, which
Yeah,
medication.
everything needs to be assessed.
Okay. So I hope everyone got the information and anybody don't have any doubt. So thank you all for being there with us. We'll continue to have these webinar series. Next week, Dr.
Dr.
Kamala will be
Kamala
talking.
is going to talk.
Yeah, she will be talking on Viruddhahar. So please don't forget to join us and gain lot of information in this period of time where such information may prove to be very helpful and may give some insights how to proceed about having a healthy lifestyle. Thank you all. So have a nice weekend and have a good day. We end the session now.